You've been showing up for everybody else, always the one they call when they need something, always the one clapping for other people's wins, always the one giving advice, giving love, giving energy. But when it's time for you to get that same energy back, suddenly it's quiet. You've been pouring from an empty cup for too long, and you wonder why you feel drained, why you feel stuck, why you don't have the same fire you used to. It's because you've been investing in everyone else's dream but neglecting your own. You've been celebrating other people's success while your own potential is sitting in the corner, waiting for you to show up. There comes a time when you've got to say enough. Enough trying to save people who don't want to be saved, enough waiting for people to clap for you, enough chasing approval from those who never believed in you. You've got to turn all that energy inward. You've got to focus on building *U. Because if you don't, nobody else will. People are out here living their lives, chasing their dreams, building their legacies, and you're stuck watching, comparing, wishing. No more. This season, it's about *U. You've spent years trying to prove your worth to people who were never qualified to judge your value. You've been trying to get validation from people who are still lost themselves. That's why it's time to redirect your focus. It's not selfish to focus on you, it's survival. You can't pour into anyone if you're empty. You can't lift others if you're broken. You've got to heal first. You've got to strengthen your foundation. You've got to rebuild your focus, your confidence, your peace. Because once you do that, you become unstoppable. See, focusing on yourself doesn't mean you stop caring about others. It means you start caring about yourself enough to stop letting others drain your energy. You start realizing that not everyone deserves access to you. Some people were only meant to be part of your journey for a season, not your destination. And that's okay. You've got to learn to let people go without losing yourself. You've got to learn to say no without feeling guilty. Every no to distraction is a yes to destiny. Every time you protect your energy, you're protecting your growth. You've got to start treating your time like it's gold, because it is. Every second you waste on something or someone that doesn't serve your future, you're delaying your breakthrough. Time is the one thing you don't get back. You can recover from failure, you can rebuild after loss, but you can never reclaim wasted time. And you've already lost too much of it worrying about opinions, chasing acceptance, and waiting for perfect conditions. There is no perfect time to start. The time is now. The truth is, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to call you and say, hey, I see potential in you, let me hand you success. That's not how it works. You've got to save yourself. You've got to wake up every day with the mindset that *U are responsible for your life. That means no more blaming, no more excuses, no more waiting for things to change. You've got to become the change. Every single morning you wake up, you get two choices. You can keep focusing on the distractions, or you can lock in on your destiny. You can keep watching others win, or you can start creating your own victory. When you focus on yourself, something powerful happens. You start to grow in silence. You start to move different. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't understand your grind. You stop showing up just to prove something. You start showing up because you believe in who you're becoming. That's when peace replaces pressure. That's when clarity replaces confusion. That's when the noise fades and all that's left is purpose. It's not easy. There are going to be days when you feel lonely. When you cut off distractions, you cut off noise, and sometimes that silence feels heavy. You'll miss people. You'll question yourself. But remember, this silence is not punishment, it's preparation. You're being separated so you can elevate. You're being isolated so you can focus. Growth always happens in private before it shows in public. When you finally win, people will see the glory, but they won't understand the grind. They won't see the nights you cried, the mornings you doubted, the days you had to motivate yourself just to keep going. But that's okay, because this isn't for them. This is for *U. Asterisk, when you focus on yourself, you stop chasing things that aren't meant for you. You stop begging for opportunities. You stop settling for less. Because you realize your value, and once you realize that, you'll never discount yourself again. You'll walk differently. You'll talk differently. You'll move with purpose because you finally understand that your focus determines your future. So stop watching everybody else's highlight reel. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop giving all your energy to people and things that don't deserve it. This is your time to focus on asterisk you, asterisk to build your discipline, to heal your mind, to strengthen your spirit. You've been a background character in your own story for too long now. It's time to take the lead. Because when you finally lock in on yourself, when you give yourself the same effort you've been giving everyone else, that's when you start winning. That's when the doors open. That's when peace feels real. That's when success stops being a dream and becomes your reality. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than the person you were yesterday. So take your focus back. Protect your energy, build your future, because the moment you decide to focus on yourself until you win, that's the moment your whole life changes. You say you love yourself, but do you asterisk really asterisk? Because love isn't just saying, I'm proud of me. Love is asterisk discipline. Asterisk love is showing up when you don't feel like it. Love is looking at your goals and saying, I owe it to myself to give my all. You can't say you love yourself and keep breaking promises to yourself. You can't say you want to win but keep choosing comfort over commitment. Real love, the kind that changes your life, looks like sacrifice. It looks like consistency. It looks like doing what you said you'd do long after the feeling has left you. Every single day, discipline is your proof. It's your receipt that you meant what you said. Everybody wants success until it's time to be consistent. Everybody loves motivation until the grind starts hurting. But listen, success doesn't care about your feelings. Growth doesn't wait for your mood. Winners don't move when they feel like it. They move because their purpose demands it. You've got to get to the point where your actions aren't driven by emotion but by intention. Discipline is the most powerful form of self-love because it tells your future, I care about you. Every time you wake up early to grind, that's love. Every time you say no to old habits that used to destroy your progress, that's love. Every time you stay focused when the distractions start calling, that's love. You're saying to your future self, I got you. You're saying, I refuse to let temporary comfort destroy my permanent calling. See, the reason most people never reach their potential isn't because they're not capable, it's because they keep confusing motivation with commitment. Motivation is a spark, it gets you started, but discipline is the fire that keeps you going when that spark fades. Motivation gets you out of bed one day, discipline makes sure you do it asterisk every asterisk day. Motivation might get you excited to dream, but discipline makes sure you asterisk build asterisk that dream. You've got to stop relying on how you feel. Feelings are temporary, purpose is permanent. If you wait until you feel like doing it, you'll never do it. You've got to train your mind to follow through regardless of emotion. That's how champions are made. That's how greatness is built, through consistency in the quiet, not just passion in the moment. Think about it when you were at your lowest, when nobody was cheering, when you were tired and frustrated, but still kept pushing. That was discipline. That was love in its purest form, because love says, I refuse to let you stay average. Love says, we didn't come this far to quit. Discipline is your inner coach that won't let you give up. It's that voice inside that says, get up, we've got work to do. And don't get it twisted, discipline doesn't mean perfection. It means progress. It means showing up even after you mess up. It means failing forward. The problem is, some people think discipline is punishment. No, discipline is asterisk freedom. Asterisk, it's the key that unlocks your peace, your purpose, your potential. When you're disciplined, you're not controlled by emotions, people, or distractions. You move different because you know what you're working for. Every time you stay disciplined, you build a new level of confidence. You stop doubting yourself because you've got proof that you can trust your word. You start believing in your power because you've seen what consistency can do. You don't need external motivation anymore. You become your own source of drive. And that's when everything changes. Because once you believe in your discipline, you stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. There will be days when your body screams rest, when your mind says quit, when everything in you wants to take the easy way out. That's when you've got to remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself who you're doing this for. Discipline is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. It's about prioritizing your purpose over your pain. You've got to start respecting your future enough to stay focused in the present. Every day you skip the grind, you're pushing your dream one day further away. But every day you stay locked in, even just a little, you're pulling that dream closer. That's the math of success, small steps with great consistency. People might not understand why you're so focused, why you're distant, why you're not at every party, why you're quiet lately. Let them talk, let them guess, because when you're disciplined, you stop needing to explain yourself. The results will speak, the transformation will show, the success will make the noise you stayed silent for. You've got to remember discipline is lonely before it's rewarding. Nobody celebrates the work you do in the dark. Nobody cheers when you say no to distractions. But when the lights come on, when the results start showing, they'll call you lucky. They'll say it happened overnight, but you'll know it was discipline. It was that daily decision to love yourself enough to not settle. So when you wake up tomorrow and that voice says, take it easy, you talk back and say, no, I'm focused. When the world tells you to slow down, you tell it, I've got too much purpose to waste time. When you start to feel tired, remember, discipline is doing it tired. Discipline is doing it uncertain. Discipline is doing it scared, because one day that discipline will pay off. One day you'll look back and realize that every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice was worth it. Not because it was easy, but because it made you into the person you were always meant to become. And that's when you'll understand the truth that discipline was never punishment. It was preparation. It was love. It was you saying to yourself every single day, asterisk, I believe in you too much to give up on you now. Asterisk, you've got to understand something. Not every voice around you deserves access to your mind. You can't grow when your focus is constantly hijacked by noise. You can't move forward when you're drowning in other people's opinions, expectations, and comparisons. Every time you scroll, every time you listen to someone who doubts you, every time you let negativity live rent, free in your head, you're losing focus piece by piece. You've got to get quiet. You've got to get still. Because clarity doesn't live in chaos. Peace doesn't grow in noise. You keep saying you want to change, but you're surrounded by distractions that keep you stuck. You say you want to win, but you're giving your energy to conversations, habits, and people that drain you. You can't build a focused mind with a cluttered environment. You can't build peace while feeding on drama. That's why this season of your life requires isolation. Not because you're antisocial, but because you're intentional. You're not cutting people off to be cold. You're cutting them off to protect your calling. Sometimes focusing on yourself means disappearing for a while. It means missing events, skipping the group chat, ignoring opinions. It means being misunderstood. People won't get it. They'll think you're acting different, but that's the point. You asterisk are asterisk different now. You're not who you used to be, and that's something to be proud of. The old you would have tried to explain. The new you just moves in silence, because real focus doesn't make announcements, it makes results. When you start to protect your peace, you start to realize how much noise you were tolerating. The constant validation, seeking, the need to prove yourself, the endless cycle of comparing your path to someone else's, that's noise. It's mental clutter that keeps you from hearing your purpose. You've got to learn to mute the world long enough to hear your own voice again. You've got to start trusting your spirit again. You've been listening to too many opinions for too long, and now it's time to listen to asterisk you. Asterisk C, when you stop chasing attention, you start attracting alignment. When you stop caring about what they think, you finally start doing what you were meant to do. But it only happens when you choose peace over popularity, purpose over people. Protecting your peace doesn't mean you're selfish. It means you finally understand your value. You can't keep giving your energy to everyone and expect to have enough left to build your dream. There's power in silence. There's strength in solitude. That's where you learn who you are without the noise of opinions. That's where you reconnect with your purpose. The quiet moments, the ones where nobody's texting you, nobody's clapping, nobody's watching, those are the moments that build the foundation for everything that's coming. Because when you can handle the silence, you can handle success. But here's the truth: silence will test you. When you start focusing on yourself, you'll feel alone. You'll question whether you made the right decision. You'll look around and see others living loud, posting everything, surrounded by people, and you'll wonder if you're missing out. But you've got to remind yourself they might be busy being seen, but you're busy asterisk becoming. Asterisk, you're not missing out, you're leveling up. You don't need everyone to understand your process. You just need to stay loyal to it. The people who matter will see your growth in time. The ones who don't, they were never meant to go where you're going anyway. Stop apologizing for protecting your peace. Stop explaining why you're focused. Stop feeling guilty for prioritizing your purpose. You've got to get to a point where your peace becomes your boundary. If it costs you peace, it's too expensive. When you silence the noise, you start to hear truth. You start to see that you're capable of more than you thought. You start to realize that half of your battles were never about your ability, they were about your attention. You were too distracted to see how powerful you already were. You were too busy reacting to the noise to respond to your calling. Focus doesn't come easy. The world is designed to distract you. Every scroll, every notification, every opinion is fighting for your mind. But you've got to fight harder for your peace. You've got to make your focus your fortress. Turn off the noise. Unfollow the distraction. Walk away from the gossip. Protect your energy like it's oxygen, because it is. And when you finally get quiet, when you finally create that space, you'll notice something: your mind starts to clear, your vision sharpens, your spirit feels lighter. You'll start hearing ideas again. You'll start dreaming again. You'll start moving again, because the noise that was keeping you anxious was the same noise blocking your creativity, your confidence, your growth. When you choose peace, you choose power. You can't be both distracted and determined. You can't live for likes and live with purpose at the same time. One has to go. Choose the one that feeds your future, not your ego. So if you have to disappear for a while, disappear. If you have to go quiet, because when you come back, you won't just be louder, you'll be asterisk better. Asterisk, you'll come back sharper, wiser, stronger. The silence you're in today is the foundation of the strength you'll walk in tomorrow. Protect your peace, guard your focus, because the world might not understand your silence now, but they'll understand your success later. You've got a picture in your head, that version of you that made it. The one who's disciplined, confident, strong, unshakable. The one who walks into a room and doesn't need to prove anything because their presence asterisk speaks. Asterisk, you see that version of you every time you close your eyes. That's not a fantasy. That's your future self calling you higher. That's the version of you waiting on the other side of consistency, sacrifice, and focus. But here's the truth: you'll never meet that person if you keep quitting every time it gets hard. You'll never become that version of you if you keep treating temporary pain like it's permanent. You've got to stop stopping. You've got to keep pushing until what you see in your mind becomes what you live in reality. You can't keep saying someday. You can't keep saying when it feels right. You can't keep saying when I'm ready, because there's never going to be a perfect day. The perfect day is the one you decide that you've had enough of almost. Enough of excuses, enough of waiting for someone else to believe in you. You don't need permission to become great. You just need to make a decision. A decision that says, I'm done playing small. I'm done pretending I don't have what it takes. I'm done being halfway committed to a full-time dream. Winning doesn't come to those who want it. It comes to those who work for it. It comes to those who stay locked in when motivation runs out. You're not supposed to feel excited every day. You're not supposed to always feel ready. But you are supposed to keep showing up. You're supposed to push through the discomfort, through the doubt, through the silence. Because the process is what transforms you. The work you do in private is what earns you the life you dream of in public. You can't pray for greatness and then walk like you're average. You can't say you want to win and then live like you've got time to waste. Every single decision you make, what you eat, what you watch, who you hang with, what you do when no one's looking, it all matters. Because everything you do is either pulling you closer to that version of you or pushing you further away. The habits you keep today decide the life you'll have tomorrow. Some of you have been asking for more while still doing less. You're praying for a new level, but you're living with old discipline. You can't expect growth if you keep watering yourself with excuses. You can't expect new results with old effort. You've got to match your work to your words. If you say you want it, then act like it, move like it, grind like it. It's going to get lonely sometimes. You're going to lose people along the way. Not because they're bad, but because they can't go where you're going. You're going to outgrow environments, conversations, and circles that no longer serve your vision. That's the cost of evolution. Every level you climb demands a version of you that's sharper, wiser, and more disciplined than before. You can't drag old comfort into new chapters. If you want to meet the future you've got to leave the past you behind. There will be days when quitting feels easier, when your goals seem too far, when progress feels too slow, when nobody's cheering for you. That's the moment you remind yourself why you started. You didn't come this far just to see what almost winning looks like. You came to finish. You came to conquer. You came to prove to yourself that you were capable all along. Every day you wake up and choose discipline, you're building that future version of you brick by brick. Every time you push past fear, you're chiseling away at doubt. Every time you refuse to quit, you're becoming more like the person you were born to be. That's how transformation happens, not in one big moment, but in thousands of small decisions that say, I'm not done yet. You can't keep giving 50% effort and expecting 100% results. You've got to give it your all, even when it feels like nothing's happening, because something is happening inside you. The habits are changing. The mindset is shifting. The faith is growing. You're being molded into the person that your dreams require you to be. That's what focusing on yourself until you win really means. It's not just about success. It's about becoming. The person you're chasing isn't a stranger, it's you fully unlocked. It's you without the fear. It's you without the hesitation. It's you standing in full power, and the only way to meet that version of you is to stay consistent. To stay focused, to keep going even when it feels like nothing's working, because it's always working. You just don't see it yet. The version of you that you dream about, the one walking in peace, power, and purpose, that version of you is waiting on the other side of your persistence. So don't stop now. Don't lose focus now. You've already come too far to go back. You've already survived what was meant to break you. Now it's time to build. It's time to finish what you started. You owe it to yourself to keep going. You owe it to the younger you who dreamed of this life. You owe it to the future you who's counting on your consistency. So stay focused, stay disciplined, stay relentless.